Hello everyone, welcome to Dee's Homestead. My name's Derek, and today, some of you have been waiting on this video for quite a while. We're gonna go over what I said I was originally gonna do was 5 ways to make money on your homestead, but I sort of changed that up now. It's not gonna be 5 unconditional ways, it's gonna be 10. And then we're gonna throw in a bonus. So really it's gonna be 11. And no, I don't have 11 fingers to hold up. So it's gonna be 11. And really it's 11 categories. And then on top of those 11 categories, you can sub down in each one of those. So you're gonna get a lot more information than what I had originally promised. I know a lot of you have been waiting for a long time for this video. So here it is, let's get started. Number 10. Number 10, we're gonna do selling extra produce and fruit and stuff like that. You can do this at a roadside stand. You could do this through a CSA. You could do it at a farmer's market, or you could do it online, depending on your state and what their laws are. You'll have to check with your local government and your state government to find out what the laws are for your particular state. But some states, you're allowed to sell fruit and produce and stuff online, so you can sell it online. So that's tip number 10. All right, tip number 9 is you could sell value-added services, i.e. you could do jams, jellies, that kind of stuff with stuff that you produce on your homestead. Like me, there's a lot of blackberries and stuff right here. I do pick these blackberries and I do make blackberry jam out of them. So you could make your own jams, jellies, lotions, salves. If you have goats and stuff and you do goat milk, you could do your own soaps, candles, any of that kind of stuff, and sell those value-added products to make a little bit of extra money. My biggest piece of advice right here on all this stuff is diversify. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket. I know you've heard this a million times, so don't just put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify. Have small income streams coming in from different places, and then those will all add up into one great big income stream. So if one does a little poor this month, not a big deal, because hopefully a different one did a little better. So this one went down some, this one went up, you're still good. All right, number 8 is raising livestock. You could raise livestock, and I know I said I wasn't going to mention selling eggs, but you could sell eggs. You could sell milk from dairy cows. You could sell meat from beef cows. You could sell meat chickens. You could sell pigs. You could sell them by the quarter, the half, the whole. You could do any of the things like that. You could also, if you're raising like a rare breed of chicken, you could also do it to where you are selling the eggs for hatching. I used to work with a girl who did that kind of stuff. She sold those eggs for hatching from rare breeds of chickens. She made a pretty decent side hustle money off of that. And again, just like I just told you on the last one, diversify that income stream. Have a little bit coming in from different places. So if selling your chicken eggs is down, maybe selling your pork is up, or selling your goat milk soap is up, or whatever. All right, number 7, and if you haven't noticed, we're counting down. So number 7 would be beekeeping. And I know it's sort of probably hard to tell, but a lot of these trees and stuff have all sorts of little bees and stuff flying around them, just because it's that time of year and they're coming around trying to get their nectar and everything. So beekeeping, you could sell honey, you could sell beeswax, you could make your own candles out of the honey and the beeswax and stuff. So I mean, there's tons of stuff. You could even rent out, I've seen that people have done this, they've rent out their swarm of bees to help go pollinate produce and stuff like that, and fruit fields and stuff like, or fruit fields, but you know what I'm talking about, vegetable fields and stuff like that. So you could rent out your bees. Okay, number 6 would be selling handmade crafts and stuff. So you could, if you're into woodworking, and you can make some really nice products woodworking, which I've seen some amazing, like cutting boards and coasters and stuff like that, even some plaques and signs and stuff like that. So if you're into woodworking, if you're into crocheting, quilting, making your own soaps, candles, any of that kind of stuff like that, you could sell that stuff online, or you could sell that stuff like at fairs and marketplaces and farmers markets and things like that. You could also go to events like the Homesteaders of America event down in Virginia every year. You could go there. Mother Earth News Fair puts on events all over the country, and I know that there's lots of other little local things too that you could go to. So you could go to those and sell those products that you create yourself on your homestead. Hey, this is Derek, back again. Don't tell anyone. I said I was going to give you 10 tips and 1 bonus. I'm actually giving you, come in a little bit closer. I'm giving you 10 tips and 2 bonuses. Okay, bonus number 2, and this is probably my most favorite tip of all. Watch this clip on this video real fast. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that. So there's another tip, something else you could do. If you have a camera, and I literally just use little GoPros. Right now, I'm filming you guys on a GoPro 8. Last I saw, I think GoPro is charging like 200 bucks for a GoPro 8. I literally set it on the ground by my neighbor when he was shooting fireworks. He had me up there because he was shooting a new line of fireworks that he got in that he sells at a store. And he wanted to put these videos up online showing what each fireworks did. So I literally went up there. I think I had 3 GoPros and my iPhone. And I set up like the GoPro 2018 Hero was sitting on the ground right by where the shooting tubes were shooting as the thing shot straight up in the air. There was a GoPro set off to the right hand side, and there was a GoPro set off to the left hand side. And then I had the iPhone out across the street catching the whole thing in one view. And then I gave him all that film, all that footage, so he could use it as he saw fit. He offered to pay me for that. I refused. I didn't want any payment. I was having fun just getting the footage and playing with the footage and getting more experience with the camera and stuff like that. So I didn't charge him anything. I didn't ask him for anything for it, but there's ways that you can make extra money. Go buy a couple cameras, go film some weddings, find somebody, a neighbor or something that has something like that going on, and go film stuff for them. Make a little extra money on the side. Help film a commercial for them. Film news events for the news. You could film all sorts of things. So go get a cheap camera like I'm using right here and just go start filming stuff. Editing, there's people on Fiverr all the time looking for someone to edit, film, manage their social media. There you go. I mean, that's a pretty big bonus right there. All right, let's get back into the video. Number 5 would be renting out your land. So say you have big empty fields like this that you're not using all the time. You could rent those out for hay production. You could rent those out to a farmer to put some cows and stuff on. You could do all sorts of things like that. If you have an extra barn and stuff like that that you're not using and it's set up pretty nice, you could rent that out for weddings and events like that. You could also rent it out for people to come take pictures and stuff. You have a nice pond or whatever like I have over here, you could rent that out. People could come take some nice like graduation pictures or wedding pictures or stuff like that right there at your pond, as long as you have it looking half decent. So you could rent out your land. You could also rent it out for camping. I don't know if you've seen that, but there's a lot of companies now where they're looking for people that can come park their camper on your piece of land overnight, and then they wake up in the morning and take off and continue on their trip. So there's sites online you can find out about that. They're usually also set up at those events like the Homesteaders of America and the Mother Earth News Fair, looking for places that have land, people that have land that are willing to do that. So check into that. Hey, number 4, you could offer on premises at your homestead classes on gardening, canning, how to raise chickens, how to butcher, all that stuff. I've seen different channels like Sow the Land, Permapasture Farms, and Holler, Homestead, they all offer classes like that where you can go there and learn those basic skills. So that's all stuff that you can look at doing. You could also look at offering courses and stuff online where you teach that stuff online. So through a video course, something else to keep in mind and look at. Okay, number 3, off-farm employment. And what I'm saying is, if you have certain skills and stuff like that, or experience in particular things, or if you have big equipment like I have here, you can hire yourself out. Like this time of year here in Pennsylvania, this big old tractor with a tiller on the back of it, you can go around, rent yourself out, just tilling up gardens and stuff and getting fields and stuff ready for use. And during the summer, same thing. Throw your brush hog on, rent yourself out. Rent your tractor and everything out. Just make sure that you figure out enough to where you're paying for the fuel, you're paying for the wear and tear on your tractor and the wear and tear on all your equipment. So those are things that you can do off-site. You can also just work a part-time job and make some extra money that way on top of your side hustles that you're doing. Some of these other ideas I'm giving you. Okay, number 2, agritourism. So anymore, there's tons of people that are paying to come see what goes on a farm and come pet like your goats and stuff like that. So you could do agritourism where people come, and if you have a place where you have set up like a mother-in-law suite or a small camper or a cabin or something like that built, they'll come and pay to spend the whole weekend with you. So you can set things up like that, feed them with the eggs and the bacon and stuff right there off the property, and the beef right off the property. That's all things that you can do. You can do hay rides, petting zoos, corn mazes, all sorts of stuff like that. And in the fall, don't forget, you could even do something as simple as just like a haunted house. Like set up some sort of a haunted house or a haunted woods. If you have paths and stuff out through your woods, set up a haunted woods. People get into that kind of stuff and they'll pay you to come do that. Okay, I know you might think I'm crazy on this one because yes, I do have my piece of paper out just because I have so many different ideas wrote down for our number 1 way to make money on your homestead. Providing services. So you might say, well, what sort of services could I provide? Well, carpentry, plumbing, electrical work, small engine repair. Small engine repair, let's just talk about that one for 1 second, right? So small engine repair, chainsaws, lawnmowers, riding tractors, rototillers, weed eaters, the blowers. There's a ton of small engines. And the number of people that know how to work on that small engine and get it working right, properly, is very slim. Lucrative way to make money. Gunsmithing, babysitting, sewing and repair, bookkeeping. If you're into car customizing at all, if you know how to window tint, do vinyl graphics, any of that kind of stuff, again, good ways to make extra money. I used to do window tinting. My business used to be booked up 2 to 3 months out. Like if you would come in today to make an appointment to get your car in to get window tinting done, you would be scheduled between 2 and 3 months out. That's how busy I stayed whenever I was window tinting. I don't do it anymore. Lots of people have asked me to get back into it whenever I move back home, but so far, no, I haven't. Maybe when I retire from my other job, maybe. Auto repair, there's another good one. Firewood. You would think there's not really a whole lot of money to be made in firewood, but you'd be wrong. So add value added firewood to that. So if you look at channels like Outdoors with the Morgans, they do the fire starter. They sell out within days every time they put a whole batch of fire starter up. That's a good way to make extra money. Look at Joe from Ohio Woodburner. And if you don't know any of these channels, go check them out. Look at Joe from Ohio Woodburner. He takes nice cherry wood, like this right here, takes this nice cherry firewood, grinds it up, and makes smoking wood out of it and sells it by the bag. Like this stick would probably make at least one whole bag and be worth about 10 to 15 bucks. So add value to your firewood and you can make more out of it. So firewood. Also a dump trailer. If you have a dump trailer and a pickup truck, like this big F-350 I have sitting right there, you could easily make some money with that dump trailer and that pickup truck hauling and delivering stuff for people. Hauling stone, hauling firewood, hauling stuff from Tractor Supply that they bought that they can't haul themselves because they can't fit it in their vehicle. Hauling stuff from Lowe's, again, that they can't haul because they don't have a big enough vehicle. You can make some extra money doing stuff like that. And if you look in your area, there's people always looking to rent dumpsters so that they can clean out a property and throw stuff away. Well, take your dump trailer over there, drop it off, leave it for a day or two, and then come pick it back up, take it to the dump and empty it for them, and then charge them for your time, services, and emptying it out at the dump. Make sure you add, if you're doing that, make sure you add some extra money onto that, because you're almost always going to end up with flat tires. So you're going to pick up a nail or a screw either at the dump or at their place, whatever they were doing. If they were doing a roofing job or something like that, you'll get a nail in your tire. So make sure you add in some extra money there to help cover that cost of getting tires repaired, replaced, whatever. Lawn care, landscaping. It's all stuff that you can do on the side and then still have time to homestead too. So those are all ideas under the number 1 category for offering or providing services. Okay, and I know I promised you guys I was going to give you some bonus content. So you ready for that bonus content? Here we go. All right, hey, your bonus content number 11. Sell some timber, natural gas, oil. Is there a company looking to put a cell tower in your area and you have extra land that you're not using? Lease that land to them for the cell tower. Also look at windmills. You could lease that land to them for a windmill if you're in a windy area. The last one, I'm going to give you the idea just in case it's something that interests you. A lot of these are ones that don't really interest me, but solar farm. If you have a lot of extra fields, you could lease land out to a solar farm. I'm not saying I would recommend doing that, but you could do it if that's what you wanted to make some extra money. But like I said, these are all ways to make some extra money, and there's more than that. And if you have some, put them in the comments down below. If you have some ways that people could make some extra money, hand that information along, help people out. So, hey, hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like, click subscribe, share this video with your friends. And next week, we'll be doing a Steel FSA 57 weed eater review. So if you're looking for a weed eater, make sure you check out this review before you go buy one. All right, hey, have a good day. Thanks for stopping by.